Hey, Liberty, I'm Munbalance, and we are live at Rads in Hand to do a quick Scythe update video because there is so much to do in Final Fantasy that I don't have time to make a full-fledged video, but I'm just going to go ahead and cover the new Scythes that have been added with patch 6.2. Now, 6.2 technically adds 5 new Scythes to the game, of which 2 of them are obtainable right now. 1 will be obtainable down the road, and 2 are inaccessible but are in the game file. So let's go have a look at those Scythe. The first one of which is the crafted Scythe, and that's going to be the Windswept Xango, which I've already gotten my hands on, and you can see it here. It is essentially a Windswept Xango, but it's a little bit darker. So instead of having blue accents, it has purple accents. It honestly looks like just a darkened, shifted model of the Nabath Scythe. But all of those weapons are exactly like the Nabath from Shadowbringers, so it's not a new model, but it does look pretty decent on its own, and it is a statistical upgrade. And the next Scythe is going to be the Lunar Envoy's War Sickle, and this is going to cost you Elegant Tomestones of Causality, as well as Ultralight Tomestones. To get Ultralight Tomestones, you're probably going to have to run through the normal raids, probably like 7 times to get the weapons, and then the weapons will become Tomestones, and then you'll be able to purchase your Tome-based weapon. It's pretty nice. It looks like a pickaxe. It's got a bunch of spikes going on. You can see once it's curled up, the blade edge just kind of swoops down, and yeah, you've got yourself a pretty Scythe there. I do not mind this Scythe. It is a little unscythe like with that pickaxe moment, but the pointy edge is nice, and overall it's a pretty nice Scythe. I'm curious to see how this will die once it's augmented, because that was another Scythe that was added into the game files. Not only is there this Scythe, but there's also the augmented version of this Scythe. We don't have the means to augment it yet. As we can see, the augmentation NPC just doesn't accept causality stuff, obviously because we wouldn't have the resources to do that, but it is in the game file, so we know it's coming. And the other Scythe that was added in with this patch is going to be the Windswept Xango. This is a really big green Scythe, and this is going to drop from the new Extreme Trial, the Storm's Crown. Essentially, it'll just drop from the boss, but if you get unlucky, you can also use the tokens that you get every run and buy it instead. But overall, it's just looking like a really leafy, hairy Scythe, and it's quite large compared to other Scythes. Like, look how big that blade is. That is a massive Scythe. This is going to be one of the bigger Scythes. Probably on par with the new PvP Scythe or something like that, but it's looking pretty naturey. This is gonna be honestly a welcome addition because we don't really have like a nature-like Scythe. So this will be neat to make some outfits that involve a Scythe, but also happen to be nature focused. Like maybe you want to cosplay as like a forest sprite or something. This Scythe is gonna be good for that. So another Scythe that we got, theoretically, is the Abyssal Scythe, which is going to be a reward for doing the Abyssal Savage raids. But obviously this week, the Savage raids are not in yet. So we have a week before we can even see them, but it's probably going to look like a big purple mess because that's what it looked like on the patch notes. But they didn't actually show the Scythe, but we can assume that it's probably going to look something like the spear. Just a little pause here, because I looked at the data mining, and the Abyssal Sickle is actually going to be a double Scythe, and it looks really cool. I am super hyped for it, but I'll go ahead and throw it on the screen so you guys can see it. But if we count the augmentation of the Lunar Envoy's War Sickle, that's 5 new Scythes that have been added to the game in 6.2. This brings the total amount of Scythes to 49, of which we have 43 of them. The Scythes we're missing now are just the Asphodeos War Scythe. I've got to finish up P4S, and the Ultimate Sickle of the Heavens, which came in patch 6.11. That's an ultimate raid. That's going to take me a while. Don't hold your breath on that one. And then every other Scythe we have, and we just need to get the new Windswept Xango, the Lunar Envoy's War Sickle, and its augmentation version, and later down the line we'll also get the Abyssal Sickle. Now, another thing that did get added in this patch is Titania crafted weapons. So we have these really neat weapons with little fairy wings on them, and they're glowing bubbles, and it's overall just a really, really pretty set of weapons. However, scythes were not added to the Titania drop table in this patch. So we'll just have to wait on that one. But with that said, that is all the scythes that have come out in 6.2. And yeah, that's gonna be the video for today. So special thanks to the Patreon supporters. Love you guys. Sorry for the short video, but I've got lots to do. I've got a bunch to craft for all of my static and all of that nonsense. So check me out on Twitch on Friday and maybe Saturday too, if you want to keep up to date with the Final Fantasy goings, and go try out the patch. It's really fun. If you don't have a Final Fantasy character that's like level 90, then try the free trial. It's a good game. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.